river, rolling into Cleveland to the lake. There's an oil barge winding.
You know, Randy Newman's song about Cleveland, actually before his song about Los Angeles. Could it be that we first learned his thoughts on various U.S. cities right here in Cleveland? Wasn't this in Major League?
Yeah, this is in Major League. I forgot about this song.
The song's called Burn On. In 1972, he did this. A lot of people also tell me he had a Putin song. This is, of course, on hidden track on Toy Story.
Putting his pants on, one leg at a time. I mean, it's just like a regular fella, huh? He ain't nothing like a regular fella. Putting his hat on, hat size number 9. You saying Putin's getting big-headed? Putin says just fine.
Putin says just fine. It's just fine. Guy playing the drums there, by the way, is a guy named Matt Chamberlain, who was little known as the little rock and roll factoid for it. He was the second drummer for Pearl Jam, and he was only with the band for a cup of coffee. He's in the video for the song Alive, if you look closely. A guy named Matt Chamberlain playing the drums. And then he left Pearl Jam to join the Saturday Night Live band.
Oh, wow.
Because in the early 90s, people were like, listen, this Pearl Jam thing ain't going to go anywhere. They'd already gone through one drummer. Matt Chamberlain comes in. He goes, nah, I'm going to go play for Saturday Night Live. Which at that point, you know, they were 20 years in. Almost. Anywho, Cavaliers are in Miami tonight to play the Miami Heat, who are a good team.
I think they got a lot of injuries right now, though, so I feel like we have a chance.
They're number 1 in the East.
Yeah.
They do have a lot of injuries.
I think, like, Jimmy Butler's out. I think
Chris Bosh is out.
Yeah, been out for a while.
Dwayne Wade's out.
Him also for a while.
LeBron. Pat Riley's out. A lot of people are out right now. You're right. So.
Well, Pat Riley's still with the team.
Is he really? Is he in the front office?
He's in the front office. Yeah.
Oh. Who else they got? Kyle Lowry, who's down there in Miami.
They got Tyler Hero. That's
Tyler Hero?
Yeah. That's a guy that Poundcake would definitely have a crush on.
Already looked up.
Is it spelled like the sandwich? Is it Gyro?
Herro.
Yeah.
Oh, Hero? It's Hero or Hero?
It's Hero, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then there's Bam
Adebayo.
Yeah.
PJ Tucker.
Oh, yeah. One of the best.
Victor Oladipo.
He's got one of the best sneaker collections in the world.
PJ Tucker does?
Yup.
He was in Rush Hour with Jackie Chan, right?
No. That's his brother, Chris.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't. It's hard to keep people straight.
That's what they keep saying on the right.
Speaking of Florida, so the Cavs are in Miami tonight for an 8 o'clock tip-off against the Heat. And, of course, you can hear it here on WMMS and also on the iHeartRadio app, which is free. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you one thin guilder. And after using it for a little while, you'll know why. But it's there for you, and you can dig into it at your leisure. Also in Florida, a guy grabs a felony charge for firing a gun into the air because his neighbor was blowing the leaves, and he wasn't pleased. This is a guy who was kind of known in the neighborhood for being literally a loose cannon, and he's out there. I do like I like the mental image of this guy there. He's the stereotypical guy out there wearing just a bathrobe and a holster on his hip. Mm-hmm. And this is not like a poor neighborhood. This is a well-to-do neighborhood. This guy's standing on the lawn of a $2 million house in Florida. And he's kind of known in the neighborhood for being that guy. And he's screaming at his next-door neighbor. And
for doing yard work.
The guy was doing yard work at like a little bit before 8 a.m. And this guy, he fires one round into the air. And then he does it about 6 or 7 more times.
Which is probably a little more alarming and a little more disrespectful than using a leaf blower, in my opinion.
Except, are you going to hear it over the leaf blower?
I think so.
Leaf blowers are really loud.
But guns are also really loud.
Yeah. So the neighbor calls the cops, and they show up, and the dude's standing there in a robe and a holster, screaming at the guy, pointed the pistol at the neighbor's dog and said, "I'm going to shoot your effing dog if you don't turn off the leaf blower." I like the story. It has a picture of a leaf blower. This was the instrument in question. "If you keep using the blower, I'll shoot you too." I know it's kind of a cliche, but I remember from living in Los Angeles many, many years ago. I mean, I would have been happy if the leaf blowing had started at 7:45. I was up very, very early in those days, but still. You know, you get used to, there are some municipalities where nobody can be doing anything like that before like 8:30 or 9 a.m. There's noise ordinances based on where you live.
But they aren't enforced by your neighbors with a gun.
Correct.
That's not how you enforce
That's right.
that.
Somebody will usually call and complain to someone else.
There's got to be some sort of situation where if you use a gun like that guy's using a gun, you shouldn't be able to have a gun. Like he's just using it. He's not using it to protect himself. He's using it for intimidation. And he should not be able to have it.
Yeah, I don't, especially in Florida, I don't know. I don't know what you probably drive yourself crazy trying to figure out what kind of regulations actually exist. Cops show up and he's still screaming, and they said that he appeared to be intoxicated. They said they could smell booze on him.
Well, then that is a crime.
And he was slurring his speech at 7:30 in the morning.
Isn't that
this guy was having a good time.
If you were using a firearm while intoxicated?
Yeah. He got a felony charge. Yeah. They grabbed him. They picked up 7 or 8 shell casings from the property line. But again, this isn't like a trailer park. You know what I mean? These are like $1 million houses these people are living in. And they grabbed this guy, and other people in the neighborhood said that this wasn't the first kind of incident.
With the guy.
Like that, with the guy, yeah. And he'd only moved in about a year ago. All these houses they always use koi pond as a selling point for these. Koi pond. It's got a koi pond. Like, you know, if it was 1985, I could see where that might be like the height of luxury. But
koi pond is cool, but
a koi pond, yeah, but
it's
like
tough
as a
to
selling,
maintain.
Is it? It can't be. It seems like something that's so prevalent because they're probably super easy to maintain. Koi can be a great way to keep fish. I mean, I don't know anything about them. I don't know how hardy they are.
My parents
I don't know.
Have a pond, and I don't know if it's technically a koi pond because I don't think there's any koi left in it. Mostly it's frogs, but they have a little pond like that, and maybe they need koi. They need something in there because it just gets so much
algae and stuff. And yeah,
I
guess
like,
I don't.
What's that on the top? Like I guess it's algae.
It's algae. Yeah.
So.
I just don't understand the appeal of a koi pond.
And then also, I don't know how it would be in Florida, but this one, like cleaning all the leaves out of it, was a not fun job to do.
Well, it's like having any kind of pool.
Yeah.
You got to skim it. You got to, if there's lily pads or whatever. Mm-hmm. But
and when it looks great when it's nice and maintained. It's just a lot of work to keep it that way.
I guess.
But I mean, a guy like you're a lawn guy now, so I feel like maybe a koi pond or some sort of meditation pond maybe is in your future.
I don't want to be taking care of any body of water on my property. I don't want that. Like, we don't have a pool.
A little fountain?
We don't. No. Because then, like, if something gets screwy, you got a plumber out there, or you got to figure it out yourself, or there's like a water line you got to run. I don't need it.
You say that now, but then you're going to see a TikTok where you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And all of a sudden, you got a little bird bath going.
I see a lot of cool stuff, but the first thing I think of, literally, if we're at like someone else's house, or like in the summertime, if we're at a neighbor's place or something, usually if our children know each other, and so you're put into these social situations with other parents. And the first thing I always think to myself is, when I see something like that, is, man, that'd be a bitch to maintain. That's all I can think of is, God, that must be a pain to maintain. So if somebody had a pond or a fountain, That's what I
think when I'm moving towards getting into a relationship again. It's a lot to maintain.
I'm going to have to call a plumber for this thing, and man, it's going to overflow. I just know it. There's going to be water everywhere if I date this chick.
I mean, that happens.
Yeah!
You get it. You get it.
Yeah, that's right.
Because they spill things.
Yeah! So they grabbed this guy and I guess took his firearm from him or whatever.
Did you see the I-71 shooter down in Columbus? This is crazy.
When was this?
Scary.
This was this morning.
Oh, yeah?
Like 9 a.m., like just before 10 a.m., there was a guy shooting cars going down the highway, just shooting at them. And then there's a video of him like running away from the cops and like shooting at the cops. And I think the cops wounded him and have him in custody now.
Was this on body cam video?
No, it was just a
Somebody's out of
passerby.
there.
Like someone's driving by and the cops start shooting at this guy after. I mean, he shot at the cops first. It's crazy. It's on Twitter.
Highway shooters are terrifying. But you remember the D.C. shooter all those years ago, John Lee Malvo or whatever? They were like hiding in the trunk of a car, and they had a little pinhole cut out so they could get the barrel through or whatever. You know, it would be near impossible to nail that stuff down. Yeah, that's right. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's
pretty wild.
Just before the show, and it's nuts. I'll retweet this video.
The suspect is in critical condition, they said. Wow. Is Columbus traffic bad? I don't know. I don't really know much about Columbus.
It can be. I mean,
it's more populated than Cleveland, so at rush hour, it was definitely populated. For sure.
All right. Well, there you go. That'll clear up when they get that Intel plant down there. When they start making microchips, everything's gonna zero out, and they're gonna be just fine. Yeah. Well, that's how you know you're living life, boy. When you're just driving along, and then your car's taking bullets.
Yeah, I don't think he hurt anybody though. I think he just hit cars. So I think that's good. But that I just retweeted the video of the guy. He's just kind of walking down the highway, and then he starts shooting at the cops, and the cops start shooting at him. He's like trying to run, like he's trying to dodge the bullet. It's like, bud, you're gonna get shot. It's not how it works.
Alan, I had a neighbor. Every Saturday morning, he would mow his lawn at 7 a.m. until his mower was suddenly missing random parts. See, that's I like the notion of that. How do you get the random parts? You sneak in.
Yeah, maybe he leaves his garage.
Garage is open, and then you go over there. You got to find.
Yeah, pull out a spark plug.
Yeah, I like the Mission Impossible vibe of that. You getting in there again? I don't cotton to messing with people's stuff, but
Yeah, 7 a.m. is too early to be mowing the lawn.
Well, and again, a lot of places have noise ordinances, so you're literally like you're not supposed to do that. But I'll tell you what, where I live, I don't think you can do anything before 8 a.m.
I think same with me.
There will be mornings in the summer. If I have a lot of stuff to do, I'm out there at 7:59, and I'm running a stopwatch. And I have an electric lawnmower, so it's not like I'm out there, kicking up smoke or anything like that, making a ton of noise. Mine kind of hums. But still, I don't want to give people a hard time. But I will be out there at 8 a.m. sharp taking care of business.
I've never used an electric lawnmower. How is that thing?
Great. Love it. Yep.
I had one of those, like the old-timey ones. It's like a newer version of it, but it was the one that has the rotating blade and it's like powered by you.
Oh, a band mower.
Yeah, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
That was all right.
Your ex-wife had one of those, and I think I borrowed it from her one time because I wanted to try it out.
Yeah,
and
that was the one.
That was a workout.
Yeah.
Because if they're not oiled properly, like you really got to get your shoulder into it.
Well, you really have to get your shoulder into it. You have to push, but also you can't go over any, like if the grass is even thick at all, you're like, it's not getting through.
Yeah, you got to get momentum on it, and then...
Yeah, that thing was... I mean, I would maintain the grass, so it was fast and easy when we were using it on like a small yard, so that was fine. But if I had to do anything bigger than what I was doing, no way.
I have 2 clients with ornamental ponds. They're about $1,000 a month in pond chemicals alone.
Jeez.
It's not... Alan, I work for a pond management company. Imagine that. I work in pond management. That's great. That's what I'm going to start telling people I do when I meet them for the first time.
James Pond.
I work in pond management. Oh, is that rewarding work? Yeah, it's fine. It's, ponds, fountains, It's
it's a good way to make a splash.
Yeah, how did you get started in that? I was sitting on a beach one time, and I looked out at the ocean, and I thought, I bet I could handle a smaller version of that. and probably turned a nice little profit.
Yeah, I started with lakes, and it just wasn't my thing. I like the small town feel of a pond.
Well, something a little more homey. Something I could look at and enjoy and know that I, just really spin this yarn for somebody that you're talking to. Really just pulling information out of your ass.
We had a big pond behind my house growing up.
Like a natural pond, though.
I think it was, but then I think my dad dug it out eventually and made it even bigger. But it was, it was just it wasn't full size lake. You could take like a rowboat on it.
No, but I mean, it wasn't something that like your dad had built or anything.
No, it was just something that was
not
on our property.
Pond,
We had a little dock on it. We'd go swimming in it, put a little zip line over it. I remember one time we had the zip line over it, and like a family friend was trying to go down it, and she fell right off of it.
Oh.
Like she goes off and just slapped down into the mud below. Like she was just in the water, but like at the very bank. So like you saw this print in the mud where she hit the
of
ground.
Her face?
Yeah. It was her hip.
Oh, her hip.
She
had tiny Woodstock.
She had a
there.
pretty good bruise. It was alarming.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you do? Like if I'm at a wedding or something out of town, one of these, we've got one of those coming up, a couple coming up this year. What do? I'm in pond management. Because sometimes I'll be at a function and word will get around and somebody go, "Are you the guy that does radio?" And if I'll say yes, because why would I say no? Now I'm going to say, I am not actually, no. I'm in pond management. And I'll read up enough to have a couple of pieces of information that you could check and confirm, but the rest of it will be all made up. And I'll keep talking about it to the point where they will eventually be sorry they asked and they'll quietly walk away. And then word will get around. Don't talk to the pond management guy. You see that guy over there? He's in pond management.
All he talks about is ponds.
But then there will be other people at the event who will know what I do, and they'll go, "That guy? No, that guy's not yet. Don't talk to him. You want to get your ear talked off about ponds? Talk to that guy." I have a neighbor who mows until 11 p.m. sometimes. Listen, they do put headlights on your mower. That's not so you don't use them. That's so you're out there at night, turn your light on. I've never mowed at night. I've never had to use my headlights, but I do like the notion of that. Somewhere along the line, they go, we should really be putting headlights on lawnmowers. Because back in the day, they were like, well, nobody's going to use this past sundown. You got to get your work done by sundown, then it's supper time.
Just one more reason we can get rid of daylight savings time.
That's right.
We have lights on everything.
That's right.
You don't need the sun to farm.
The sun used to tell you when the workday was. Not anymore. It's any time.
Oh, this weather outside is gross.
Yeah, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
It's gonna be.
Alan, instead of stocks and bonds, your company is Cox and Ponds. That's what I'm calling it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cox and Ponds.
And that's what I'm going to call them a boat.
It's going to be a multi-level marketing, a Ponzi scheme.
Would you like to invest in my pond management company? No. Poundcake, would you like to invest in my pond management company?
No.
We'll deal in small bodies of water and cold cream.
Cold cream.
Anyone?
No, I don't get that one.
Oh, Pond's cold cream.
Oh, I didn't.
It's old timey. They'll make little like
way
face
back,
wipes
yeah.
and things. Yeah. Ask your mom. She probably knows.
I remember Ponds. Now.
Mom, Pond's cold cream. Anything?
We weren't much of a cold cream family, I don't feel like. Cold cream's like to remove makeup, right?
Yeah, I
Or
think
like,
so. Yeah, it's old timey.
Yeah.
We weren't much of a cold cream family. We did have a natural pond, so we didn't spend a lot of time dealing with cold cream.
We're more of a petroleum jelly
There
family.
you go. Yep.
Vaseline. over
Vaseline
here.
all day long. Either that or a little bit of hot cream here and there. No cold cream for us.
That's why there were so many kids, because of the hot cream.
Yeah. Yeah. Alan, come fall when I need to mulch the leaves, I mow well into the dark. All right, well, listen, you do your thing. Yeah. Don't you remember Ponda Replay, that Rihanna song, Poundcake? You remember
It was
that?
her first single.
Yeah.
My, how far she's come.
How far? Yeah. Now she's got a baby in there.
She's a billionaire. A billionaire.
That's what they say. But they make all their money from like cosmetics, don't they?
So
You gotta have
I
other
know, but like
investments.
you would. I know. I understand.
I don't think they're just trying to make their money off of. I mean, music. Is there anybody that could be a billionaire just from music?
I don't think so. But I mean,
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Yeah,
But that is an extreme case. I mean, you occupy a singular part of the musical universe. There's only one of you, and nobody else has ever done what you've done. So there is one person like that. But it would be weird to be a musical artist and somebody that's built their career on that, but then you get crazy rich from something else.
Well, there's so many.
Because that's not what you set out to do. You set out to make music and to create, and then they're
But
like,
the music's what gave you the opportunity to.
yeah,
make
no, it's
all
great.
that other
That's
money.
sure.
Who's the one that is it? She was in Honey.
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba. Isn't she a billionaire or something off of
Yeah,
that?
the Honest Company.
The Honest Company. Yeah.
Oh, they make a good product. Wash my kid's hair with it.
she is like, was she an A-list actress when she acted?
I don't know if she was A-list. She got a lot of work. None of her movies were especially good.
That's what I'm saying. She had like. Deep
She got
Blue
big
Sea.
off a TV show. There's a TV show called Dark Angel, and that's what she got big off of.
She's crazy hot, but like
so hot.
I didn't know that she was like if she was a big star before.
She was more,
made that
I think,
company.
because she was so pretty, and then I think she was one of those actresses that said, like, I can't get the roles that I want because I'm too pretty. Jessica Biel had the same problem.
Too pretty.
Yeah, they would say,
Is that
like,
what they
we're
say?
too pretty.
I'm too pretty.
I'm too hot
Right.
to be in these movies.
I'm too
Nobody's
hot.
gonna believe it.
Oh, and also, I don't act too well either. There's part of that too. No, she was in Sin City and she was in Fantastic Four, but she
I
was.
would say she's A-list.
Would you?
Yeah.
Again, she did a lot of stuff. Like you knew her when you saw her, but she did a lot
she
of bad
was
movies.
so hot in Sin City.
A lot of bad movies.
Man, she was hot in Sin City.
Machete and Machete. Let me take a break. I'll have those Rise Against tickets for you. They set August 17th as their Cleveland show down at Jacobs Pavilion. So if you want to check them out this summer, we'll hook you up. 35192 to text for anything, and we'll be back.
It's the Alan